What's up, everybody? It's Keith Keys, and on today I want to talk to you about my thoughts on the PF8 by Alctron. So next to me is the PF8 by Alctron, and essentially what it is, it's sort of like the chaotic eyeball, and what these things are to do is to become more like a virtual or a mobile type studio, or this is meant for applications to where there's inadequate room treatment. So this essentially what it is, it's a piece of foam all the way around. It's a piece of foam, and on the front, this is the windscreen. Take this off, kind of pulls off, and as you see, I have my microphone in there. So the way how this thing was showing us how to put it on is actually the microphone's supposed to be standing straight up. So I have it upside down right now. The microphone's supposed to be standing straight up, and you can sit the PF8 on top of the microphone, and then just put the windscreen back on, and you're good. The problem that I'm having is I have the Blue Spark, and it's kind of long and kind of skinny, and so my issue is that when it was standing straight up, when I would put the PF8 over it, the top of the microphone actually would be sitting on the top of the piece of foam. So I actually turned the microphone upside down and let it hang a little bit, and then still the hole up here was too large, so it would start sliding. So what this comes with, if you see this piece of foam up here, it's kind of like an extra sleeve that comes with it. So I was able to stick the sleeve over top of the microphone and then put the PF8 over the sleeve, so it was kind of snug. Now, if you look on the inside, this is by Blue Spark. This is the little mini windscreen that comes with it. I never used that. I have a bunch of windscreens laying around the studio, and I never used that. But in this case, I had to. So this is the windscreen that comes for the Alctron PF8, and this thing is dense. Like, there's air coming through this thing a lot. I practice a lot of P's, and a lot of air blowing, and a lot of air was getting through this thing. So it does do something, but it doesn't do as much as I would need for it to do for me. So what I ended up doing was putting the little mini windscreen back on inside of it, hanging upside down. It's kind of loose. I just have to tighten it some more, but it's in there. And then I put this back on, and it seemed to do the job as any other windscreen that I actually have in the studio. My thoughts on it: it's good for the price. Now, the chaotic eyeball costs around $200. And this thing on Amazon costs about $45.99. Now, I caught it on Prime Day, so I only paid like $32 for this thing. So for the amount of money that I paid for it, it does do its job. It does a great job if you're ever on the road, or if you're in an atmosphere or an environment that has untreated walls. This might actually be a very good solution for you. My studio is in the basement of my house, and it's not just me here. So this is kind of good to kind of help with reflections. But what this won't do is it won't eliminate sound, period. If the mic's on, you can still hear stuff out of every room. It doesn't do that. But what it does is that it helps with the reflections and allows for the vocals that are being spoken to kind of stay within the realm of the microphone. So my thoughts on it: it's a very good buy. For if you can get it like I got it for like $30, then it's a very, very, very good buy. Is it worth the $45 still? It's still a good buy if you want to spend just that $45 on it. It's a very good buy. I haven't used the chaotic eyeball. I don't know if the differences are night and day between the PF8 and the chaotic eyeball, but what I do know is that for the money that you spend for the PF8, it's worth it. And it's all depending on if you want it or not, and how bad do you actually need it. And also what helps out with reflection. So don't think that this thing is just going to save your life completely. Have to do some things inside your room that will actually accommodate and help the sound and the reflections that go on in the environment that you're at. Even if it's sound diffusers, if it's studio panels, if it's foam, if it's just whatever you have in the room, if it's contributing towards the overall sound, then you'll get better use out of this. But don't just think that this thing alone is going to save your life. But overall, it's a very good buy for the price. It's a great buy, and I suggest it out to you. So I'll put the link for it in the description below. Please hit the like button if you like the video. Hit the subscribe button to stay in the loop with more videos and more music content. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.